All right, guys. Well, I'm happy you're all here. Fence Armor has been around for a little bit. When you come into building, we're kind of two companies in one, maybe three. We have some software development we do. We're an engineering company. That was our primary focus. It always has been. And then back in 2008, 2009, I started to get aggravated because I normally do my own lawn care. And I started hiring people. Hey, let me hire professional lawn care people. And I did. And then they started destroying my fence. So how is this possible? They come out of their trucks, they do the lawn, and then they take their weed whackers and started destroying my fence line. And I said, every week you guys do this. I went through 3 landscapers. And finally, the one guy said, there's nothing we can do. And I realized I cannot be the only homeowner in the world who has been aggravated to see their fence being destroyed, because it's expensive. And the first thing you do is to see it all hacked up, especially after you've just stained it. That even drives you a little extra level of crazy. So anyway, beside firing them all, I decided there's got to be a solution. And we built one. And we tried plastic, we tried aluminum, we tried different materials until we finally landed on galvanized steel. And we built the dies, because we have all the manufacturing background. We wanted to build things in the US and Canada. We didn't have to go to China, we built it here. Suddenly, we found all kinds of people who had the same issue I did. Landscapers are destroying my fence, and we get them on the phone. They're doing it right now, especially HOA guys. They really get aggravated with stuff like that. So that's how we built Fence Armor. So we still have our engineering division, but then we built our post caps, and now we've built RotGuard, and I know I'm going to show you some slides on this, but I wanted to give you a little history of how an engineering company became a full-on fence supply company, really. Because ultimately, like our brand says there, our catchphrase, prevent, protect, and prolong. So if we can prevent the damage from happening, then, that's the first scenario. And then if you can obviously protect it and prolong it, those are synonymous with what most homeowners are trying to do. You build a fence, you clean a property, whatever it is, you want to be able to maintain it. So that's who we are. In the picture there, you kind of see all the pieces of what that is. And that's actually my fence. It's still up. Now this particular fence is going to need to be attended to, because this is before we created RotGuard. Even though it looks great, there is no weed whacker damage. What's happening underneath is not overly good. And those are 6x6 posts, and it's been 12 years. And where's Phil? Phil's famous line when he pushes on the fence.
That should not be moving.
I have a few of those posts that do the dance. So it's coming. I'm going to need some attention. And I think, was it you saying, somebody was saying they were going to pull posts out of the ground? Who was saying that? Is there somebody that pulls posts out of the ground? Was I just imagining? I know Andre does, right? Particular fence, I'm hoping to pull a lot of those posts out because I'd like to use the same position. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that, and we're going to have actually a podcast on Friday about that kind of stuff. But we do have post pullers that we sell from Oklahoma, which are a really nice tool. So Caleb, of course, will be our keynote speaker. He'll be talking about staining. He calls it his staining 101. It really, I think, is 101, 102, and 103 all built in. Ultimately, we build what we call a totem pole, and we suggest that maybe you guys build your own. We cut it to 19 inches because our boxes are 20. And when we ship them out, that's just the way it worked out. So what we do is we take a 4x4, because it's cheaper, and we wrap RotGuard around it. And I think all of you today who want to have something like this, we're going to give you all the parts for it. So you can build one at home. So the RotGuard pulls back, and it comes with a squeegee, and you wrap it around the post. But what this does is allows you to really see the ground line protection, the weed whacker protection, and then the cap to protect at the top. Tell me, social media, that this particular slide did really well, that image. We just don't know what's going to go viral. I did a video the other day saying how bad or pressure treated wood isn't the same as it used to be. I don't know, what do we get, 200,000 people? Who knew? I mean, you just don't know what's going to go viral. So I think one of the things you want to take away is when you're advertising your business to grow your business, film everything. So keep that in mind. Advertising your business is an important thing. Obviously, protecting the end grain is important. On the West Coast, you'll see a lot of those cedar type caps. And the reason for that is their posts are known as jumbo posts. So they're not, they call them 4x4s, but they're 4 1/8. And they don't build caps for 4 1/8 posts. We do. So of course we can switch those up. So these caps will run from 3 1/2 all the way to 4 1/8. In Ontario, typically you're 3 1/2. But once you get out west, they get a little bigger. And in the US, it's all over the map. In Pennsylvania, you can go to Home Depot and your 4x4s are 3 7/8, 3 5/8. And that's why everything is now just labeled 4x4 without the inch marks. So then it just becomes a name, because Menards was sued for exactly that reason. They had the inch marks on the 4s, and when they finally got sued, the whole world of wood changed their naming structure to remove the inch marks, because obviously that would mean dimensional lumber, and there's not a lot of people with dimensional lumber. But having our caps, whether it's a 6x6 or a 4x4, they'll range from the nominal size all the way up to 6 1/8, and on our 4x4s all the way up to 4 1/8. So stopping the weed whacking damage is where we started, and we sell thousands and thousands of these, and as we get more and more known, we're just touching the tip of the market, because it's a $9 billion market in the US for the fencing and decking industry. So in Canada that means 9. So it's a huge market, and the nice thing about our design is it can go on a post before or after. And typically we suggest that they put the guards on after. So that means every existing fence that you have out there is an opportunity for you to make money. So if you're on the down season, if you're installing Christmas lights, for instance, and it isn't snow on the ground, you can take pictures of the fence and say, hey, did you notice the bottom of every one of your posts is damaged? We've got a great solution, and it's immediate satisfaction because you immediately cover the damage. And to make a little extra, you can use some clear stain just to protect the wounded area, and then put on the fence armor. So it's a real easy opportunity to make extra money and get that curb appeal. And companies here we call them condo associations, but in the States they're HOAs. You don't have to sell it to them. They want it as soon as they know it exists. So it's a great tool to help you with that. And of course, obviously before the fence goes in the ground or the post goes in the ground, RotGuard is what you want to put on. You have your prop with you, and you share with your customer, Mr. Customer, here's the price for our regular fence, and here's the price with the Signature Series version. And we call it a Signature Series version because it's going to give you a 25-year warranty. The sleeve in the ground, right? So this is where everything rots. I do have a rotten post, but I think Phil's got it. Always carry a rotten post with you so they get that definition of what it looks like. Because every post, as you know, rots right here. And if you can prevent that rot, obviously that post is going to last a long time. We suggest 25 years because that's the testing we've done. If they're going to weed whack the membrane, then that'll void the warranty. Because above the ground here, that section has to be preserved. So it immediately gives you the opportunity to put on fence armor, the post guard. The post guard's in two-piece design, so if there's grass here, then you put one on. If there's a garden bed on this side, you probably don't have to. So you can optimize the way you install them, which is nice. You're using the 3-inch version. You want to put it above the ground about an inch, inch and a half. Why? Because you want it to be at the center line of where they're weed whacking. I've seen a lot of installs where they have it right on the ground, and they're growing their grass 3 inches high, and they're weed whacking up here. Not ideal. Or you can get the 6-inch version. But that's a tip for you guys on that. So the RotGuard just goes on with a squeegee. You pull back the membrane on the back, and you wrap it around. We have lots and lots of videos that show you how to do that. And it takes about a minute and a half to install. So as we've been going through, I've been talking about how it helps the business. So if you now say to your customer, going with the Signature Series or whatever you want to call it is going to cost you $10 more per linear foot, low say, $8 more, whatever you want to charge for that, and give them a 25-year warranty, that's $80 a panel, and your cost is a fraction of that. Per panel, you're making a lot more money. Your customer has a lot more satisfaction, and we also, for those guys who are tree huggers, we also plant a tree for the RotGuards that you sell for your properties. And we have a nice PDF warranty card that you can give your customer and so on and so forth with your branding. Just ask us to make it, we'll make it for you. It's a great upsell, and even if your customer says, well, you know what, we don't want to spend that extra money, at least they know you know your business and that you understand what is really going to happen to that fence. Because if you put a 4x4 in the ground today with the pressure treating that they're using, if you get 7 years, it's already good. 6x6, maybe 12 years. And I know that personally. Giving them that extra protection and telling them that the warranty is also transferable. They say, well, I'm only live in the house for 2 years. It might be a selling point for them down the road. Which then, of course, leads us into, my fence is going to last 25 years. Those posts are going to be solid. You want the panels to look beautiful, which leads you into the staining. And that's why in Fence Arbor, all our branding is about preventing, protecting, and prolonging. You want that fence to look great. So that's why the staining component is so important. And the other thing is, when you install fence armor, you're not going to see them again because the guards aren't going to fail. But the good news is fence will get burned up by the sun, the stain, every couple of years, every 3 years. So you've got continual business. You can sell a maintenance program. You can do whatever makes sense for your business to go back and stain their deck or stain their fence again. And sometimes they may want to change the color. You're going to learn about cleaning. You're going to learn about all the components that make a successful staining business. Building with contractors in mind, obviously we work with all of you and many contractors around the US and Canada. So we're excited to have social media events. You sign that media release like we did earlier, so we can share your information and work with you and build your brand, and that helps us build our brand. I think around 11:30 or so we have Jobber coming in. What is Jobber? I think a few of you already use it. It's a great piece of software. It's another tool that allows you to effectively run the back end of your business, because even myself, it's not my favorite thing to be doing accounting and to be doing invoicing and to be doing that stuff. I just don't like it. Having a CRM, doing those types of things is not my favorite thing. I'd like to do engineering. So this piece of software I've been recommending for years, because it's actually a Canadian company out of Alberta. And basically you put your company information in there and it does the invoicing, it does the collecting of the money, it does the stuff you hate to do. It puts your money in the bank and sends out surveys and all that kind of stuff happening in the background. So they'll be here to do a little half-hour presentation. It is a tool I thought that is worthwhile sharing. You may have your own systems in place, but it's a cool tool. So we're trying to cover all the aspects of what you face as contractors. Not only products that you can offer your customers, but tools that you can use to build fences, and some of them include software. Thank you guys, that's great.